Josh, as you look back at the Northwestern game, what's your evaluation of why things just never really got started offensively?
Well, number one, very disappointing, and obviously, I'm in charge of it. Didn't score any points, didn't move the ball consistently, and so that all rests with me to begin with. Um, the reason, and I know it's cliche, and we talk about it every week, and the reason is just execution. We had our opportunities, we had people in places we felt like to make plays. We didn't execute well enough, and we had some missed assignments, and that gets back to us as a coaching staff. And it starts with me. We got to make sure we coach our guys well enough that they know their assignments in their time and what they're doing so they can go execute it, because I know they want to execute it. Players don't ever not want to execute plays. And we got to have focus as players, to focus and get it right.
Obviously, after Malachi came in, there was a little bit more success moving the ball through the air. What were was there a renewed conversation coming into this week as to what you wanted to do at quarterback, who should start there, and how did that play out?
Well, we're just going to assess, obviously, where Ryan's at. We're going to watch. We're going to watch through the week. We don't really know what's going to happen at this point. We're going to take it through the week and try to figure out, obviously, where the health is at. But if Malachi's our guy, he's our guy, and and he proved that he can come in the game and play well.
Josh, just the back-breaking turnovers seem to be magnified because of the situations you're in. You get a long pass play that can get you back in this thing and fumble it. How do you cure those and give yourselves a chance?
Teach. We've talked to our guys all year about we don't switch the ball. If you go back and watch that play, he catches it. It's in his left hand when he goes to switch it, because anytime you switch the ball naturally comes down. It typically doesn't go from chest plate to chest plate, and just about the time he switches it, it gets punched out. It's a painful lesson of why we teach that. I know a lot of people don't teach that, but in the few instances that it happens like that, it's just so painful, and that's why we teach it. So, again, we just teach, and we go back and we work it, and we drill it, and we try to make it part of our habits, because that's what you have to do. You may have to make it a habit that every time the ball goes into you tuck it away, you leave it in that hand, and that's what you play with.
Was it hard to get in a rhythm? And I know you have to be kind of prepared for anything, but you ran 3 plays in the first quarter.
Right.
So by the time you're out for your second series, you really haven't been on the field.
No, we hadn't, and we can control that. Even our first 2 plays didn't go the way we wanted them, but our third play we had 2 guys open beyond the chains and could have easily thrown those balls. In fact, it was a completion we made later in the game for a first down, and could easily complete those balls for a first down and kept those drives alive. And then, and then we killed some. I can specifically remember killing another drive in the second half with a couple of penalties, with a lineman downfield and a holding call. So. We control that on offense. And we've just got to do a better job of sustaining drives and, matriculating the ball down the field.
Oh, Hank Stram there. Was there any good from Saturday?
Yeah, there was tons of good. It's amazing. I met with the offense this morning, and it's amazing, like, some of the plays we executed that were phenomenal. Like, up to the point of that fumble, that catch was awesome. The throw was awesome. The protection was good. The route was phenomenal. Didn't finish it, So there's so much good, and I know this sounds, after, not scoring any points, I know this sounds like, Coach, what are you talking about? But I'm just telling you, and I told the team this last week, we're so close, but so far away. And the things that are keeping us far away are things that we're doing to beat ourselves. They're turnovers. They're switching the ball when you should be switching it. They're missed assignments on things that literally are week 1 install from fall camp. And that's why I say, we are going to, at some point, we are going to just execute and make the other team beat us and not beat ourselves. And when that happens, we'll have a good result, and the Boilermakers will be happy.
Did you call the offense any differently with Malachi in the game as opposed to Ryan?
Well, I think that's obvious, and the answer is yes. There's more things we feel comfortable with him doing in a quarterback run game than we do Ryan. But from the passing game standpoint part of it, I called all the same plays. Malachi, again, I've said this before, the battle for the starting job was a battle. And it was, when we announced that, it literally led up into that week. So Malachi's a really good player that can win games. And he came in and did a nice job executing.
I guess seven games in, what do you think the identity of the offense is?
I think the identity of offense is pretty simple. I mean, we've been able to run it and throw it at times with ease. I mean, the week before, we had, I think, 480 yards on a defense that played pretty good this last weekend against a ranked team. And we just didn't finish drives. So I think the identity of the offense right now is that we're not finishing drives. Everything we're doing, I love, and I think we're doing it really well and really high level at times. We're just not being consistent. So if anything, our identity is we're not consistent. If we got to get consistent. We get it consistent, and we just make the other team beat us, and we don't beat ourselves, we will be where we want to be.
Going off of that, without looking ahead, because you got some quality competition coming up, but Rutgers is a team that's struggling defensively right now. Is this a week where you have to get it right, where you have to find that consistency?
I think that's been every week. I mean, every week we approach it that way. We have to get it right. We have to find a consistency. I mean, there's no more pressure on this week than there has been any other week because we've been putting pressure on ourselves to do it. We got to protect the football. Job number one of the offense is protect the football. If you're a skill player with the ball in your hand, that is your job to protect it. And going into that too is it's like the O-line's job to block, and it's not to get hit at quarterback and not fumble. It's the wide receiver's job that when we deliver the ball to you to tuck it away immediately and don't switch the ball. So, this week's no different than any other week from that standpoint.
Antonio Harris had a nice game a couple weeks ago, and then has had a more diminished role since then. And you saw Malachi Thomas have some nice runs last week. I guess what are the dynamics that are playing into how the rest of that running back group is working behind Devin right now?
Yeah, well, like we said last week, all three guys we feel comfortable with, and we kind of get in the game, and sometimes a guy makes a play or two, and that's who we kind of go with, and we let that guy go a little bit. So I think that's what happened in this game was just that Malachi made a couple plays. He was playing well. He's really improved his protection. He's protected the quarterback well, and that goes into it as a tailback in our offense. So we just felt like he was playing well. We played him.